Hi guys, this is Radhika here again. So I hope you all are doing well. Today I wanted to make a video on gaslighting. Um, so gaslighting is basically a really, it's a horrendous tactic which is used by narcissists. It is also used by flying monkeys, although I think flying monkeys themselves don't even know what it is, and they do it just because they are not conscious enough, they don't think, and they are also misguided by the narcissist to believe a different thing which is not true, and so they do it. And also people around the narcissists who might imitate the narcissist's behavior because they have grown up seeing it, or just like people in the narcissistic scenario who are kind of like peacekeepers, they don't want to rock the boat. So they might also do some form of gaslighting. So basically, gaslighting is, in very simple words, it's it's basically invalidating a person's feelings. So if you have been at the receiving end of narcissistic abuse, and you go and you complain to a person in your family, and you say that so and so person is doing this to me, instead of seeing your side of the argument, what they will do is they will tell you that no, that person was correct who did this to you, or a milder version of this. They might say that oh, they did this because of this reason. They will try to create some excuse for the narcissist, and then they will try to explain it to you, and they will try to make you feel like, oh, you are being too sensitive about it, that's just the way it is. And all this time you will be feeling that no, it should not be this way. This is not the correct way of being. This is not the correct way of living. And they are always trying to convince you that no, this is the correct way of living and you are wrong. You are being oversensitive. You are being hypercritical. Um, so basically this is gaslighting, and it can take a lot of forms. So maybe you are talking about a memory, and this person might completely invalidate that memory. They will say no, nothing like that happened, and or they might change the scenario a little bit. So basically, if this is done long enough and persistently enough, and by enough people around you, you will get this feeling that something is wrong with you, because so many people are doing it to you. So it might, if you have, supposing if you are married into a narcissistic clan, they have lived this way, they have lived in a dysfunctional way all their life, and they don't know anything else other than that. So you might say something is wrong, but every member of the narcissistic clan is going to try to convince you that no, this is the way life is lived. And so it can get very, very, what do you say, crazy making, because you will start feeling that is there something wrong in me, and a lot of them will target you for it. So they will say that you are doing this wrong, you are doing that wrong, you have these certain qualities which are, um, which is why you are feeling so. So they will always escape responsibility, they will never take responsibility for their actions, and they will always place the blame on you. Um, so if you are finding yourself in this kind of a situation, um, then let me just give you some signs which can tell you, is this really the situation that you are in? Because sometimes we are in confusing situations, and sometimes it can be something else. It can be like not narcissistic abuse, but probably a new situation for you, so you don't know how to react. Like if you have just started working in a corporate environment, a lot of things there are new. So sometimes you do need guidance from people around you, and you might feel that this seems wrong, but then later on you will realize this is just how corporate environments are. But narcissistic scenarios are not like that. Even though they are a family, they have been living in a very dysfunctional way, and you don't have to live in that dysfunctional way. You can live in a very functional, in a very productive way, which is not just good for you, but it is also good for people around you and for society in general. Yeah, so some telltale signs of this are second guessing. So when you are around these people, do you second guess a lot? Are you not so sure about what your steps should be? It's very act like when you are around these people, behaving is not natural. You have to think before you act, because I mean to an umpteenth degree, because something can go wrong, and so you are always kind of on the edge that should I do this, should I not do this, what will they think? If all these thoughts are all the time coming in your head, then you need to realize that something is wrong with the situation that you are in, or maybe you are caring way too much about what so and so people think. Then the second thing is asking, am I too sensitive? Because a lot of these people will turn it on you and say that, oh, you are being extra sensitive. And when they say it long enough, you will start believing it. You will start believing that, am I too sensitive? Is this happening to me for just because I am this way? And basically, what they want to do is they want to prove that they are not at fault and you are at fault. So they will try all kinds of tactics so that you feel that you are the crazy one. Third one is apologizing. So, have they made you feel so bad about just existing that you get like very, very apologetic, and you don't know why? It's just like you are always saying sorry for everything, and this is a sign. So if you are always saying sorry for everything, not just to the narcissistic family but also outside of it, then it's a sign that something is wrong. Fourth thing is lacking joy and happiness in life. Yeah, so this is self-explanatory. If you feel something is wrong, probably something is wrong. So you have to trust your gut, you have to trust your heart, you have to trust your intuition. Withholding information from others. So such kind of families, they will tell you don't talk to people outside of the family because they are very afraid. They are very afraid that their information will get leaked, to outside the family. So they want to maintain this image of their family, like they are a very happy, healthy, peaceful, nice family. So yeah, if whoever is in your life is asking you to, he or she is always monitoring what you say to other people, that's a red flag. Um, yeah, then the next one is knowing that something is wrong but not being able to point it out. And probably you all have been there. That's why you have researched on the internet and found out about narcissistic personality disorder. So, yeah, that's one point. Um, then another one will be trouble making simple decisions. So if you have stayed in this environment long enough, and if this has been internalized in your system, every decision will seem very difficult. And that is because at some level you have stopped trusting your own judgment, because your instinct has always been telling you that this is not right, this is not right, and you have not acted on that instinct. So what happens is that instinct also starts getting weaker and weaker. And usually people with very good instincts, they simply know without without logically thinking so much about things. They see something and they know what they have to do. And that is because such people have strong instincts and strong intuition, and they most of the time follow it. So when you follow it, it grows, and when you listen to it, it grows. So so because you have stopped listening to it, you will have trouble making even simple decisions like, do you want to eat this or that, and you will just keep on debating over it a long time in your mind. Do you want to watch this movie or this movie? You will keep thinking about that for a long time. Yep. Then the next thing is that you will get this sense that you used to be a very different person before you met so and so person, or such and such incident happened in your life. So if you just sit and analyze yourself, what are your thoughts today? What do you think about? Are you happy most of the time? Are you sad most of the time? What goes on in your body? Are you always feeling triggered, or are you always feeling angry? Are you always close to tears? And so this will tell you a lot about how a person or a situation has affected you. And yeah, you can also see your health, like, were you healthier before? Are you unhealthier now? Yeah, just your basic feeling in life. Are you a positive person now, or are you more of a negative person? And this will tell you how a person has affected you in your life. Yeah, and then the last thing is feeling hopeless and joyless. So yeah, that's also self-explanatory. So if you find yourself in this situation where you feel that someone is gaslighting you, whoever that person is, it could be your parents, it could be your spouse, it could be your children, it could be your teacher, it could be your friends, it could be your girlfriend, partner, whoever, or it could even be some people from your work environment. So, if you feel that you are having any of these signs or a few of them, maybe I would say four or five of them, you really need to sit and evaluate what these people are telling you, what you are internalizing, and is it true whatever those people are telling you? Because sometimes they might be telling you some things that are true. So maybe 20% of the times they tell you true things, but 80% of the times they might be telling you things that are not good for you, only good for them, because they want a certain objective achieved, and because they are saying those things they are getting to their objective. But they are using your personality basically as a punching bag, not you, your personality. They are pulling out traits out of your personality, and they are trying to make you seem a particular way, and you might not be that way. That might not be your personality. But they are saying this is your personality and they are making you believe in that. So so the easiest thing in this situation, if you realize you are in this situation, to do is stop believing them. That's the biggest thing you can do. You can like run away from those people, go miles away. But if you still believe in those things that they have said to you, it's not helping. And you can be like right next to the person who has told you those things, and you can have complete confidence, complete inner confidence in who you are, in what you stand for, in what your values are. And then it doesn't matter. Their opinions don't matter, their words don't matter, their energy doesn't matter. Basically, they don't matter to you. Everything that matters to you is inside you. And if you learn how to control it, then you are the king or the queen of the world. You are. So, so yeah, gaslighting is really bad, because if people don't know what it is, it can really drive you crazy, and it can change your personality to a great degree. But I have been through it, so trust me, I have been through like all the telltale signs that I have told you about. But what you need to do is you need to understand that the words, the vibrations that they put out of their mouth, are just words and you don't have to take them seriously. You just discard them, and you, instead of believing their words, which might or might not be true, let's give them even that advantage that okay, maybe they are true, some of them. But what I'm saying is, if they are hurting you in some way, if the way they are saying it to you and your situation is hurting you in some way, then really what you need to do is, the time you spend thinking about what they said is great valuable time that you can spend on yourself, on developing yourself. So you can drink some nice water, you can have some fresh fruits, you can go exercise, you can meditate, you can read a book, you can go out in nature, and you can basically just forget them. Just forget all the people who have told you all the all the gaslighting things that they have done to you. Just forget them, and try to, like, make yourself as the priority in your life. And if you have experienced gaslighting, you will also have to work on forgiving yourself, because a part of you must be angry with you because at some point in life you did agree with what a lot of them said about you. So you, because you did not know yourself very well, you might have you might have actually accepted a lot of words that they spoke about you, a lot of properties or characteristics that they said you have, and you kind of internalized it, and you might also be acting on it. So if they called you a troublemaker, you might have gotten addicted later on in life to drugs or alcohol or things like that. If they called you shopaholic, you might have shopped a lot after, to feel better. If they called you sensitive, you would have been triggered every time a sensitivity thing came around when people called each other sensitive, or something that came up which triggers your sensitivity. So so yeah, these things happen, and they happen because probably you internalized a lot of what they said. And now what we need to do is, we need to give ourselves so much of self-care, so much of self-love, that the words or the energy that they projected onto you, and that is probably somewhere in your system today, it slowly gets out of your system, and it remains out, and you become so full of your own energy, of how you feel when you are alone, when you are at peace, when you are with the people that you really love, in a surrounding that you really love. You get so familiar with that energy, and you make yourself always stay in a bubble or stay in that energy at will. Even when you're talking to people and someone triggers you, you have the power to switch back to that energy. And it's not too difficult, it just needs practice, and there will be some bumps along the way, but that's all a process. So yeah, these were the signs of gaslighting and tips on what you can do to recover from it. I hope this helps you, and I wish you all a lot of love and a lot of light. Thanks. Bye.